Good luck.
And good luck. Amen. Wow. Wow. 60 plus hours, and I finally finished it. Mm. Well, do I let the stream go? I'm just wondering if there's going to be something that happens at the end credits. If I hit continue. Well, I enjoyed the shit out of this game. I will say this. The game got off to a really remarkably slow start. But I think ultimately the game rewards patience because you really start off rather weak. Your weapons are garbage, and like good immersive open world games, it values exploration, it values scavenging, it values building up your arsenal and building up your skill set slowly from the ground up. I like the fact that it's a first-person game that is not that sort of, I don't know how I'd say it, perhaps discourages using guns. I thought the gunplay was the weakest aspect of this game. But I think there's a lot of people that I talk to on social media and just people in general who said they tried the game out for the first few hours and they kind of gave up on it, didn't like where it was going. They found it repetitive, and I guess the only thing I would say is give the game a chance. I think once it picks up steam and once you really get the opportunity to explore the slums more, and then you get to Old Town, it's so big and it's so sprawling and it's so immersive, like I said earlier. I don't think the game is a masterpiece by any definition. I think it's close though. And when you really stop and think about it, there's not a lot of other first-person games out there that are going to give you 60 plus hours of enjoyment. And is the story kind of convoluted? Yeah, maybe. There was times when I was really desperately trying to make heads or tails of who relates to who and what faction is against the other and what the motivations of all the characters were. So I think that's probably one of the game's, I guess, I don't want to say flaws, but it's certainly one of the weaker elements of the game. I think the main character grows on you after a while. I think he's still pretty bland. I don't want to say he's a cardboard cutout in terms of action heroes, but I mean he's pretty paint by numbers. He doesn't have an incredible amount of personality. If I was going to offer up some advice to people that are making the sequel, because the sequel I think is probably going to be an inevitability based on the conclusion we just saw here. I think obviously they're probably going to open up the world more, but I would say more fast travel. I'd like fast travel between safe zones. That would be nice. Vehicles. I think if you open up the game a little bit more, I think there's room for having vehicles. I think that would be really cool. I never got an opportunity to play multiplayer, or co-op I should say, so I can't really comment as to how good that was, but I've heard some people that I know that played co-op who said it was really solid. And obviously there's going to be some DLCs coming, so I'll probably play that. But I think this game, I mean, the year is pretty new so far. It's pretty young. But I would say it's thus far, 3 months into the year, this is my Wolfenstein: The New Order of 2015. Wolfenstein was a game last year that came out with, I think, very little fanfare. I think the reviews were middling to average from most critics. There was a small segment of people that really embraced the game. I certainly was one of them. I put it in my top 5 of last year, but I thought it was just a game that sort of didn't get a lot of critical respect. I thought it was a really well-oiled first-person shooter, great story, great visuals. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than the last few Call of Duty games. So that was a pleasant surprise. I actually canceled my pre-order for Dying Light, and then I saw some Twitch streams from a few other people, and I'm like, maybe I should go back. So I went back to GameStop, or EB Games, I should say, and reactivated my pre-order, and then I picked the game up. And I think it was a case where I'm so happy that I didn't just completely give up on the idea of playing the game, because I wasn't going to, and I'm really satisfied that I did, because it gave me there's not a lot of games out there, 60, 70 bucks, that gave me as much enjoyment as this one in the last little while. So like I said, like Wolfenstein last year, this is my Wolfenstein of this year. I think this is a very underrated game. I don't think a lot of critics gave it the props it deserved, and it is fun. So I think everyone who's interested in post-apocalyptic horror or survival horror or open world or FPS games, I think they should really give this game a try. That's just my 2 cents. I think it was really, really solid, and certainly it's very Far Cry-esque. But let's put it this way: if you're gonna steal from the best. So I enjoyed this game almost as much as the last Far Cry game, and Far Cry, in my opinion, is in the upper echelon of open world first-person games. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna call it a night. So, bye-bye. I finished the game! Yes!